Hello and welcome to another video and a community that believes weird is wonderful and magic is real, and welcome to part 2 of the studio renovations. So if you saw part 1, it was all of the heavy lifting. It was the painting, the staining, the cutting, the putting the shelves up. All of this right here is what we did in part 1. This part 2 is going to be, I don't know if so much more interesting is the right thing, because you can't do part 2 without this one, but I'm really excited for this. It's essentially the decor. It's the putting up of stuff. We do have another piece of furniture to build. We got all the things and I'm excited. So let's dive in. Lumos. So the very first thing that we're going to do is bring some Lumos to this room. And I have a little something special. Let me go get it. Okay, now I can show you. This is our light fixture. Light fixture? I do likes it. And there it is, up close. If you can't tell by the box, I feel like the box is pretty telling. I think I just pulled a muscle. This is the Pottery Barn Teen, what do they call it? Hedwig pendant brass. Pendant light fixture. So let's pull it out. I did already make sure that it wasn't broken, because we have a few other things from Pottery Barn Teen that becoming broken unless I drop it. So let's get it out. When this gorgeous girl right here came to us, one of her wings was broken right off. So we sent that right back and got another one. But yeah, this is the Hedwig brass pendant light fixture from Pottery Barn Teen. So basically she sits like this. Anyway, we're gonna put that, where are we putting that? And then we have the actual like pendant fixture, which is the portion I thought was gonna come broken. It did not. And then the little brassy business right here. So I don't know if we're gonna do this part on camera. She might just apparate on the ceiling. What do we think? Let's get this bird up. This is just a message to Pottery Barn Teen if you're watching. If we're gonna spend this amount of money, can you please include some screws? It would be nice. That'd be very nice. Thank you very much. As it turns out, we do not have long enough screws for this here ladybird because PB Teen couldn't be bothered. So we are ordering that next day delivery. Hopefully have that in the morning. So that will just be the final topper, the cherry on the cake, the bird on the studio. I've run out of puns. It's late at night, but it's not stopping us. So we are moving on to the next thing. What is it? I don't know. Maybe the curtain? Maybe the curtain. I'm just so excited for this curtain, okay? And I will link everything down below that we use. And yeah, let's do the thing. And we're back again. Change of plans. We're gonna do the dresser because it is so late at night and we just wanna be kind to our neighbors. We're also just really tired. I know you just started this video, but we are on day 3 going on day 4 of this renovation. So what we're gonna do next is the IKEAs. We're gonna do IKEA real good. What it is, hold on, it's right you. What it is a dresser, and that dresser is gonna go in this closet here, and it should actually fill it almost completely to the width of the door, which really excites me. What am I gonna do with the rest of it? That's for future Aubrey, okay? That's our new thing. So let's get to building this dresser. Let's get to doing the IKEAs. Good morning. Is it a good morning? We'll find out. We are hurting. Inside and out. Is it inside and out? Isn't it just inside? Inside out. Literally, I'm ripping my outsides out. Look at the cuts everywhere. Other people are working on things apparently. So right now, because we were up until 12:45 in the morning doing the dresser. So here's the state of affairs. Let me show you. So dresser structure is done. And then, mind my coffee, much in need of. We are on the drawers right now. So I will come back to you in a hot second when this whole sucker is done. I mean, honestly, only we're allowed to be loud. Midnight. Okay, we have finished the dresser. Let me show it to you. Do you mind the lighting? I promise we will give like a proper review of the review. Look at the whole room, but here is the dresser. So it does fill like most of the space. We have a little bit of space here, and I have some ideas for over here. But one thing, yeah, that's a real fog. excuse my cat, she's drinking water. She has to announce her presence. But we are waiting for a piece to go right here. It's going to fill a good bit of it, but not the whole width. And I'm excited for it. It's going to come another day, but it will be in this video. But as far as like the sides, really structurally, we have one piece left, like storage-wise, that we are going to do, which I totally forgot about. I guess what I want to say is this room is going to be a work in progress. Everything is a work in progress, but like we have nooks and crannies to fill in. This corner needs to be filled in. It's probably going to be a shelving unit. We'll go over all of that before we do like a final reveal. So the next thing we are going to do now is right over here. We're going to do the curtain. Let me get you in some proper lighting because I'm so excited for this curtain. Here is our curtain rod. It's pretty basic. I got it off of Amazon. I got the curtain off Amazon too. And it's like, I always get the color wrong. What would you say? Bronze? No. Brownie bronze? Yeah, okay. A brownie bronze. Because the vibe that I'm trying to go for in this room, and I am really struggling with the white trim. He doesn't think it's a problem. We're just not in a place to be able to change that if we do change it. Is I want like an old hag vibe. I want like not necessarily, maybe she doesn't have to be old. Okay, I'm not old, right? Just an aged witch. Okay. Yeah, just a hag, not old. That's the vibe that I want, and he's right. So we have a lot of kind of more modern furniture because a lot of it's IKEA outside of the custom shelves, but it's going to be all the bits that go on and fill it in. Space is going to be filled in, walls are going to be filled in, all in good time. And that's what's going to make it feel more aged and old. But there are things that I want to do, like with the dresser, I might change out the handles and go for something a little more antique-y. That's again, future Aubrey. We're just doing what we can do now. So here's our curtain rod. Let me now show you the curtain. I'm so excited. And I think this is the first thing we bought for this room, I think, knowing I was going to renovate it. So like I shared in the like ideas video, the other vibe I'm going for is kind of a forbidden forest feel, which, you know, I don't like the gray, but it does give like a smoky vibe. Yeah. We didn't pick the color up in smoke, but it is close with that tinge of green in there. So here it is, because I wanted some kind of planty growing business. Here's our curtain. What do you think? So I really feel like when I was struggling with the color, and I still am struggling with the color, I'll get there. It's okay. It really does match this color right here. It's kind of like, I would say this is a bit more green, but it's close to it. So you got that little kind of greenish blue in there, but it is a floral curtain. A part of me is doubting whether I, did measurements right and everything and it fits properly. We will see. I double checked. But yeah, we are going to go put that curtain up. Oh, and the other thing we're going to do, and actually let me show you like how pretty these look together. If I can lift this bird up. Will you have some faith in me, please? I just want to show you together. How freaking pretty is that? So the other thing going with the curtain is right in here. And I think some of you picked up on it. These are the curtain pullbacks. We're going to have some actual proper pullbacks for our curtains. I was using like a little like piece of fabric, but basically this goes this way. Yeah. Like so. So you could just tuck your curtain, but this way we're sort of like pulling in the bird over on the curtain. I don't want to overdo it when we do like a creature or just something, but I felt like this would be most fitting in here since we're doing a lot of familiars. It's an old hag who loves her familiars, okay? Old hags don't have to be evil, right? So we're gonna go put that up right now. The curtain is up. So first off, what you're seeing here, this color, like the kind of reddish brown coming through, that's the sun coming through, because I thought I got blackout curtains. They are not blackout, but I think we can modify them to make them blackout so that you can actually see the print, which is more up here. Here, let me get you. So that's more the color that I want to see throughout the whole thing, which, it is there. It's just when the sun is in front of it. So there's our curtain. It actually turned out quite well lengthwise because it has like a little bit of a ruffle at the top that we hadn't accounted for. So that brought it up a little bit. And then we have our pull back curtains right here. Now, let me put a little message out in the world. I think we're a little redundant at this point on Pottery Barn Teen, but if you are looking at buying a number of Pottery Barn Teen things, and there are things that we have yet to show you that we had to physically modify, okay? Because when it comes to the installation, and that means the tools that they send you, where holes are placed, they suck. They suck so hard, okay? Take that as you will. And they sent us the improper screws, which we knew because they actually sent one that worked. So we knew it because they just went right through the anchor. There was no attaching there. And that was the case with the top portions. So right at the top here, the actual little head wig gets attached, or not attached, but just like put pressure on by a screw. And that little screw went right through it. So right now we're just using a piece of paper, at least on one side, to hold it intact. And we're gonna have to get some screws. We shouldn't have to get screws for the money we pay. But anyway, it is up. You get to see the color a lot better at night when the sun is away. But what are we doing next? Oh, we got our screws in because we had to buy screws for the daggone, this is just a complaining fest, pendant light. So we're about to put that up. Let's go. Our light fixture is up. And it's my least favorite thing to do in the world. But here's our bird. Here's our lady. So one thing I'll say about this pendant is there are 3 holes. So you're kind of limited to 3 different directions. I did want it facing completely forward, but this is where we're at. So it's facing kind of the corner and the dresser. And we haven't turned it on yet. So, and I'll give you close-ups of everything, but you ready to, you want to flip the switch? Lumos. Oh, that's very subtle. It seems like a lot, but it's not a lot. And we could always change the light bulb out too. Here, let me show you. So here's our ladybird. Actually, I'm coming to like the angle because then I could see like the bathroom over here and the bookshelves. I'm starting to think like maybe this corner, there won't be a vacuum. There'll be a bookshelf and maybe seating. And I don't know, we'll sort it out, but we have lighting. So the next thing that we're gonna do is our last little project, because we threw in a couple projects. And basically, I actually got this idea from somebody else's like witchy room tour that they did, is almost replicating what you have on the other side. Granted, they didn't have this. I saw a shelf and then I was like, oh, this kind of replicates it. So basically taking a shelf and then let me flip you, putting it along the top wall, right there, wall to wall, and sitting, hopefully, we'll see, basically right at the trim. So it's gonna be a black shelf. It's gonna be a little bit more shallow than the other side and go wall to wall. And my idea with that is just like more places for like plants to hang down and just like old jars and things like that. And just having the space, I want it very maximalized, a lot of space utilized. So, and I hadn't really thought about that until I saw somebody else's room tour. So we're gonna do that. That's the last bit of real work before the decor. Although that's decor, so. I'm so tired, sorry. I'm just really tired. This is a lot of work. Where are you going? While we get the shelf up, I'm gonna give this cat, what are you doing? She's peeking out the other side. Sorry, it's so dark. I'm gonna give her a little scratcher. This is just temporary. Come here. Look at it, I'm gonna put it right here. You need to get down? No, I finally got up here. I don't wanna get down. This is the life. This is the life, isn't it? Oh, look at that sunshine. We hate it with every fiber of our being. Oh, my goodness. You're so good. You're so good. You went down here? Stop eyeing my shelves. I don't like it. Don't be looking at my shelves. What did I say? This is not good. This is really not good. Too many ideas. You are way too happy. Look at that tail. Did you see that flicky tail? That's a happy cat, by the way, if you don't have cats or you're new to them. At least this one, right? I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Don't even. You're so cute. We done did a shelf. I mean, he did the shelf. That was all him. But it is up, and I'm so excited to have shelving on that side. Let me show you. Wall to a friggin' wall. So I have something I'm gonna put here temporarily, but we might end up having a shelving unit, a seat, like that sort of thing. But the next thing we're going to do is our pin board. This is the final piece, right? The final countdown before actually putting stuff on the shelves. And I'm so excited for this pin board. I was going to say it's the most beautiful pin board. I do have the Hogwarts crest one from Pottery Barn Teen, but I have a lot of harsh feelings about Pottery Barn Teen right now, so maybe it is the prettiest. Let me show you, and it's pretty big. All right, here she is. I can get it out. Actually, this is the top. Here is our pin board. So it's like a gold trim. And to me, I don't know why it gives me Haunted Mansion vibes. Mostly it just gives me like a portrait feeling as far as the shape of the pin board. How pretty is that? At first I thought about painting the trim black, but I think gold's gonna look really nice. So now, where is it gonna go, you might ask? It is gonna go, I think I'm still in frame here, right here on this wall. It's actually gonna fill up the wall quite well. So let me hang it up and then I'll tell you like my plans as far as the theme for this pin board. Let's get it up. We have our cork board up. So here it is. It takes up a nice amount of space over here. Well, I still think we can, do things with the space. And then there'll be stuff up here, maybe some like fake plants because I can't keep actual plants alive, but just dangling down. We'll have some lights. We'll talk all about that. But I'm excited. That's the last bit up. I also have these pillowcases over here. So this is the one that I got from IKEA. And I did end up getting it because mostly I like the color, just more of a brown color, and it's soft. And then I have, if you guys remember, Miss Kristen got me this. I have to see if I have a pillowcase. If not, I might just pull one out. And I don't have a spot for both of them just yet, but I think they both would fit in here. So there's that. I meant to say pillow, not pillowcase. But I think now I'm going to go, because I'm having a friend over, I'm going to introduce her to Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. I mean, they're not called 1 and 2, but both movies. I'm really, really excited, and just to have something like a day of relaxation after all of this, because this has been so much work. But you won't see that. I will come back tomorrow, and we're going to decorate. Oh, we have one more piece. Yeah, that's right. There's going to be one more piece that's going to go on the dresser, and that'll be another day. But it'll all be in this video. We're gonna decorate. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I will see you then. Bye. I forgot one more thing. It is kind of a piece of decor, but until this space is utilized in a different way, I have one more thing that's gonna go right here. Because we are doing like a lessons theme in here, kind of, sort of. I thought, watch his head be cut off. Hold on. I thought Snape could be watching us. What do we think? Let me see it from this angle. I think it works. I kind of like it. He's real ticked off. I love it. It brings the old hag vibe. Does he have old hag vibes? All right. I will see you tomorrow. Just gonna sit on this step stool right here. So I'm feeling so many feelings and I wanted to document it. And I might cry. Okay. I know this is like a renovation reveal video, which should be focused on that. But I don't do things the way you should do them. I do the way I want to do them. I can't even speak words. And I guess I just want to say two things. I have gone through so many meltdowns processing this room and doing it and putting the work in, and not meltdowns because it's like because of the work, because I'm a bit of a workhorse and I could keep going. I'm a very determined person, but I'm also married to somebody who is very determined too. And that's the first thing that I want to say is Matthew, my partner, my husband, my best friend, do not cut this from the video, sir. I love you so much. And this channel wouldn't exist without him. And this room wouldn't have happened without him. We are a team. And he's my best friend. And I know he knows that I'm really grateful for this. And that I've really needed it. Because it's been hard. And I just had to say that. I thought I'm really grateful. And he's just the best. He's just the best. And most of you know that. So anyway, I've gone through so many moments and he's reassured me that it's okay to feel those feelings. Change can be overwhelming, even if it's change that you want. And it just felt like, well, this isn't right and this isn't right. And I just would like, anyway, I'm in a place right now where we finished everything that needed to be done, like structurally. And it's been a weird thing when you like transform anything to process it. And I'm in the stage of like, we did the thing. We did the thing. And it's like coming to life. And he said this to me, and I knew this was true, that once I started putting stuff up, it would come to life. And I would see what I sort of saw in my head. One moment. Come to fruition. I remember somebody close to me, a parent, saying to me, I was going to say when I was younger, but that's not true, that dreams are not really real. And they really, really are. So I just want to put the message out that dreams can happen. They take a lot of hard work, not always physical work. In this case, it was, but and even beyond that, it was a lot of work. It was just a lot of work trying to. And that's another thing I want to say is a thank you to you. Thank you to all of you. Like, we literally wouldn't be able to afford some of this stuff. Specifically, the last thing we purchased, and I said this in the Discord group, that we were just tallying up the sales that we made with just the stuff that I sell, that I'm letting go of, or it's mostly that. The dresser and the piece that's going to go on the dresser is what we were able to afford additionally because of you. Like, thank you so much. So I'm just in a place of gratitude because I was also, while he was making us tacos to sort of celebrate, it's our celebratory meal, I started putting stuff up and it makes me so happy. Like, it feels like the room I wanted it to feel like, and almost more because it's 3D. I can see it. And I sort of had in the back of my head these thoughts of like, a couple of comments of like, don't do this and don't do that. And I just want to put it out there. If you've got an idea and a vision and a dream, don't let anybody modify that for you. If that excites you, do the thing. And it might take time. And that's the other thing that I want to say. So I put stuff up and I'm going to show you right now. It's just some stuff. I have more to do. Because, you know what? Let me just show you right now. Okay. Because it's enough of this sitting and crying business. And my cat is just like, oh, hold on. Let me move that, ma'am. So much stuff. I put it on her scratcher. I'm literally sitting on a stool. But yeah, let me show you. Hopefully the lighting's okay. We'll do a proper like reveal at the end. Here's what I have so far. Now, all I've done is bring out like the new stuff, recently hauled stuff, and the stuff that was already here, but just I'm doing it in a different way. Although this suitcase hasn't really been used. It's been like, this is the Cine Replicas Newt's Commander suitcase. I love it so much. If you haven't seen that video, I bawled my eyes out. You thought these tears were something. Okay, that was next level. That was a birthday gift from Matt. So what I started doing is what I kind of described, is creating little classrooms. So this is obviously going to be like Care of Magical Creatures, and there's so much more. So much more I want to do. We'll get into that. But, and then over here is potions. So all I have is the cauldron that was here. I just shoved these in here. This isn't final. I'm just like literally just placed stuff. This is the new skull that I got. I love it so much. And it feels like it fits into potions really well. And the reason that I did these here, and I'm going to do them up here, that's just sat there right now, is because I was putting the stuff out and it sort of like struck me like my favorite classes are Care of Magical Creatures and potions. If I could study any of them, those would be the ones that I would. And I also love the aesthetic of it. I love the ideas. I love the potential, all of it. So that's what I kind of want to be the main focus as far as like when you guys see me and I'm unboxing something. So that's what's going to be here. But then I got this idea. Well, actually, hold on. We'll come back to that idea. Okay. We're all over the place. So then here, I just started like placing plants because I like to have plants in different spots. I might like move that one. And then I also want lights. So I finally have a salt lamp. I've had 2 salt lamps just sitting around. I have a place for it. We actually remembered, my husband cut the wood to cut an area so the cord can come down. But basically right here is the very beginnings of a herbology section. So these books will probably come up here. And then over here is the very beginnings of, hopefully you can like pick it up, but it's divination. So we have the palmistry hand. I had a bunch of frames and I just put this one in here. This print is from Witch's Moon and it is the lunar phases. And I felt like that would be really fitting. That could fit in a few places, but I thought I would put it in divination right now. This is the new like crystal ball that I got. But this is, I just began. And Hagrid's lantern over here, the Noble Collection one. Actually, let me show you. Like, it's an absolute nightmare on my desk that needs to be sorted out. But I did put my Killstar bag right here. And then here's my dresser. So all I've done, so the piece that's coming in is going to be right here. And it's going to take up probably, I'm going to guess 2/3 of the space, I think. Like this area right here. And tall, take your guesses. It might be obvious. And so then I have a salt lamp there. For right now, I put this bowl here because what I'm kind of thinking is this is going to be on altar. So I kind of want like an altar cloth. We're going to have candles. It's going to be a used space. And then there's nothing in here. So I love the potential of this. And then, you know what, I'll tell you, it's a mirror, but I just love that specific mirror. My husband actually found it and we got it on Amazon. So you'll see it once everything is done. And then around it, I'm imagining like prints. We'll probably end up putting some shelves. I want to get some wood shelves in here so we could pull the wood in and it's not just everything black as far as the furniture. And then, so I was, here, let's actually sit in front of my creatures now that I've shown you. I was downstairs and I was looking at my bookshelves and, oh my God, I'm obsessed. Sorry, I'm just taking it in. I'm just obsessed. I was looking at my bookshelves downstairs, which a lot of you guys really love. We've done a bookshelf tour. I don't normally film in front of it as far as sit down stuff. This is my studio and office. And there's a lot of stuff. I kind of realize like most of what I have gathered are around the lessons. They are some of my favorite things in the wizarding world and in the witchy world, like are, you know, all of the care of magical creatures, divination, herbology, defense against the dark arts. Like, I think because also I grew up loving Buffy and I love the way metaphor was used. I mean, that's what metaphor is sort of applying it to real life. And, you know, defense against the dark arts would be another top class for me too. Fighting against evil, like loving of animals, like concocting things. I just love it so much. And I realize like most of what's on those shelves are those very things. So when I take them off, because I am going to be taking them off, it's going to empty those shelves. And there's a part of me that goes into like panic. And then a part of me of like, you know, empty spaces, what am I going to do? Even though this is kind of what I've been needing is like some emptiness to be able to work with when I get something new. But then also part of me is excited by it because of that reason. So I will say I'm going to start taking some of that stuff down and I'm going to put it up here because this is going to be like my little sanctuary. And I started going, well, what is that going to be? And I'm like, well, why doesn't it just be whatever I want it to be? So I think it's going to end up being a lot of relics because it will leave over like some replicas that don't necessarily fit in. Like, for example, the golden egg. The golden egg doesn't really fit into a lesson per se. So I probably won't be bringing it up here, but it would fit in down there. So, but then there are also other things down there, like Slughorn's Hourglass, for example. That's probably going to be taken and put in the Slytherin room. So I'm kind of seeing that space change. And that's also what I love about decorating. And it's what I love about the holidays is you get to change it. And that can be really overwhelming at times, like just almost starting from scratch, but it's really exciting when it's done. So I love that idea. I'm so excited. So what I'm going to do, I thought about recording it, but I think I don't know, maybe I will. Yeah, maybe we'll record a little bit of it. Because the first thing that I'm going to do, and it's going to be a real game changer, is the potions section that is downstairs. If you remember, it says potions and spells. And then I have all of my potions displayed. And it's one of my favorite spots. What if I put it right here? Right above me, like, so that you guys can see it in the like unboxing videos and stuff that I do in the studio. And because it is one of my favorite classes, just have it kind of front and center. I think my head might cut it off just a little bit occasionally, but like no big deal. And it will be the first thing that I see when I walk into this room, because I also want it to be a livable space that I love. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to set you here. And I'm not going to show like the whole thing because some of it I like to do off camera, but you will see it at the end. So yeah, I'm going to go grab that and bring it up here. And I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay with there being empty space, like possibly shelves empty on that floor, because it means when we go out and I see things, I have a place to put it. And that's what's really exciting. I love the option of growth and potential. And this room has so much potential. And when I take what is down there and bring it up here where I feel like it will really fit in, that now has potential. So we have a lot of potential. And I don't even want this completely filled in. So when we get done, this isn't going to be filled in because I want room to grow, because there's so much more I want to do. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of little videos that I want to do with you guys, some DIYs, some thrifting, all of the things, but I'm really, really excited. So let's throw up a few more things or let's bring up what I have downstairs up here. Let's go and not cry anymore. Look at these guys. They're so cute. I just want to point out two very special little jars that I have. So these two, this one right here is a little spell jar. Look at how friggin' adorable this is as I take it out of frame and out of focus. It's so stinking cute. And then this one right here. So this one says Road Opener. And it says, all chosen for their association with door openings, blessings, good fortune, path clearing, abundance, luck, prosperity, and increased opportunity. And these were given to me by my dear friend, Christy, who's become a really close friend of mine. And they mean a lot to me. And the meaning behind them means a lot to me. And it's very, is fortuitous the right word of right now? So I'm really excited to put these up on the shelves as well. And I'd love to make some myself in the nearest future. So this one she made, by the way, and this one she got from a friend's shop. How stinking cute is that? Oh, all right, let's put this potion shelf up. So basically I'm gonna do it the exact same way, but what's really cool is these shelves are deeper. So as I get in new potions or make my own, and I do plan on making my own that are in bigger bottles, they're gonna go, the bigger bottles will go behind so you can see them because we can now work with more depth. Pretty exciting.
So you wanna go to war with me?
I think I might save these. Oh, that is a smell. These are perfumes. I think I might save these for the bathroom. So that's just a little bit I've done so far. I know you can't see super well. They're even excited about it. Coming to get me. I'm dying here. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be bringing more stuff up. It is looking more sparse downstairs, but that just means we need to go shopping. No, in good time. We spent a bit of money on this, so it'll be a while. But yeah, when I come back, it is going to be, when I say done, I don't mean filled in completely. Because like I said, we're leaving room. It is going to be done for now. And I really like that. And yeah, see you in the reveal. Are you freaking ready? I am so excited. Look, all of these panic attacks, okay, and moments of, So worth it. I have finally had the time to enjoy this space, and I hope you do too. And I'm so excited. Are you excited? Hold on. Are we excited? This is excited, Hermie. Can you show them excited tail? Hermie. There it is. This is an excited tail. It's my sweet baby. So the other thing that I want to say, and I've said this, I think I said this in the live stream, is this room is, while it is quite an overhaul and transformation from what it was before, and you now have those before videos, it has so much potential. And that's why I'm going to walk you through and show you and just talk about the space. But let's go. All right. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm so excited to show my friends this space. You guys, here is my studio. So when you walk in, you're going to see my desk here. And then we're going to see the shelves right there. And I'm going to give you the up close and personal of these shelves. But this is what I was talking about of like, there's going to be so much potential. And I love having room. But let me just like pan over here to our curtain and our Snape and our freaking light fixture. Stop it right now. I'm obsessed. So, you know what? Whether the color reads green gray or blue gray, it really does vary on the color next to it. I don't give a bleep. It looks amazing and it feels dark and witchy. So I'm just going to do kind of a quick walkthrough. As a reminder, we did lessons and I'm going to show you the little sections and talk about so much more that I want to talk about. But here is my desk and this freaking amazing curtain. Can we please? Like, it's just velvety and lush and all the things. And I mentioned this before, but when the sun comes through, it's a very burnt orange color that comes through. It's all of this right here, which at first I really didn't like, mostly because it wasn't what I expected. And then it grew on me and I love it so much. And so I love how at night or just when the sun is down, you get more of the color that you see on the curtain. But then when the sun is out, you get that like warmth coming into the space. And I wanted a whole lot more of that. But yeah. And then the other thing I want to say about these shelves and this room is I feel like it plays really well off of the bathroom. So let me take you over there. Here is our bathroom. Oh my God. So I won't give you the whole tour. We did a Halloween, decorate with me situation, but I feel like the cream contrast with the darker space works so well that I'm in no rush to change that out. There might be like little upgrades and stuff, but paint wise, the ruffly curtains, like I can't even right now. I guess first I want to ask you, can you tell what section this is? So let's go section by section. I feel like this is probably the most obvious one. I can finally use Newt Scamander's suitcase. Let me get out of the light here. This is the Senna replica suitcase, and it was the best birthday gift I ever got. I cried my eyes out. I'll link that video above, but I finally have almost all of my Spelunka creatures in one spot. We got a little backlit niffler over here, a little baby niffler. And then I also added back here just a subtle, like, mind the shadows. These are the Mina Lima, like, blind bag postcards, but they have different creatures. And I went with the ones that I don't have. I hope I did get an alchemy, but so this is kind of my magical creatures section. And then it spans over here. I picked up some old books. I feel like these books are quite fitting and the color palette fits. They're nice and old and aged and worn and all the things. And then I believe I shared this in the Discord group. This is a little butterfly cloche I got from Home Goods. I have my Newt Scamander journal. So this right here is basically my Care of Magical Creatures section. And it is just the beginning, okay? It is just the beginning, as are so many of these sections. But let me keep going into them. And then I will tell you like the plans in the future. And I'm sure they will evolve and grow. And I just love that there's so much potential for this space. So first up is Care of Magical Creatures. So basically what I tried to consider, and you will see it when we sit down and do some hauls that I have already done. And it's been so much fun. It inspires me so much more when a space actually reflects you. So it's going to be kind of around here. And then the more we fill out the space, the more I can pan out more and more, and you can see all of my stuff. But my goal was to basically be framed by two of my favorite classes. So my favorite classes would be Care of Magical Creatures and Potions, which you can't quite tell just yet, but you will see. And then Defense Against the Dark Arts, which really has a lot of potential. So let's finish going through the sections. So over here is my Potions section, because this is our cauldron. This is our big cast iron cauldron that was downstairs on the shelves, the original shelves that we built. And I brought it up here. So this is the one that we made into spring. I did bring another one over to those over to those shelves. And I shared that kind of a little bit in the live stream, but this is some of the new merchandise that we got. I don't know why I'm petting his teeth, but we have the skull from Witch's Moon, these books. So you're going to see a lot of the same stuff that we had here and on the other shelves, just rearranged. We have our spine candle. That's the one from Target. So this is like part of the potions area. One of the things that I really like about these sections is the height and the depth. I get to have more of this sort of grand situation. Now, I'll probably do more here, but I'm not in a rush because I am sat right in front of it. So you're not really seeing much of that. But above me is our potions section. If you recognize this and you've been around a while, you will recognize this is the sign from downstairs. And this is, for the most part, the setup that was downstairs. So let me give you like a little pan of the potions section. There's a little bit of a difference. I did bring the spine candle up here, although it does actually suit Defense Against the Dark Arts more. So I might move that, and that's okay. So this is where it's at right now. We'll do constant updates, but the Vile Incantum, put that back there. I liked how it was like behind the glass and you can see a little bit. We have our little magnifying glass. A lot of this you would see in the bookshelf tour we did. So most of it is quite similar, like Snape and his frame. But, we've got bits like this from Witch's Moon that I added in here. It felt like it really fit potions. And then you would have seen those, the little spell jars that I got from my friend Christy. We have this little bastet that I just got from Witch's Moon. And then we have like Norbert. So Norbert was on top. Hello, sir. Was on top of a hourglass on the second floor on those shelves. And I took him out because if you remember, I really wanted, and why these creatures are right here, my two little baby demiguises, I really wanted the magical creatures to seem like they were kind of coming out and all over the place. And that will only expand. This is just the beginning, my friends. But hopefully you can tell. So let's go back and pan. We have all of our books. These are all the same. And this might expand out to just being potions. The aesthetic, I feel like, works, because we do have some potion-y things and notebooks that could work, but we also have things that would fit better in other sections. So it's just working right now. And then over here, I took the herbology section that I had on the other shelves and I brought it here, but then changed it up. So I have this cloche that we got from Kohl's years ago. I have my Mimbulus right next to it. We have this new like spell kind of wandy spoon situation we got from Witch's Moon. We have this, I can't remember if they call it a scythe, but I really like the framing of it in front of the trunk here. Our mandrake, I just really wanted it to read herbology. So I wanted to up the plant factor, but also bring in a little bit, mind the backlighting, of the Harry Potter-ness, okay? I like to blend, but I really wanted it to feel very in-world. And then we have the mortar and pestle that we hauled from Witch's Moon. And then these are all of the new books that we got from Powell's. And most of these are very herbology-esque, so that's why I put them here. And then up here is another cauldron. This is our smaller cauldron that our demiguise was originally in. And this, I'm kind of calling, it's a work in progress, but basically my defense against the dark arts. I think I'm gonna put the spine candle up here, add more spine candles. And there's gonna be, I have so many ideas. Let me tell you, there's going to be skulls and skeletons galore because I feel like that's what would represent Fence Against the Dark Arts so well. And I might have a number to show you. Not real ones. You'll see. So work in progress. And then coming back down here, so I just kind of filled this shelf in. We have potions. Then this is my divination section. So it is a blend of old and new stuff. So as far as like olds goes, we have this Future Tells All eyeball. Still gives me the Mad Eye Moody vibes, but also very seeing eye divination. We have my teacup that I got from Magic Delivered with my little fortune, if you will. We have the kind of tarot card wood fold out here. We have these rune stones. I might actually get the full thing. This was from Wizarding Trunk, which you can find on Temu, and I kind of want the full set. We have this moon, which, hold on, is now lit up properly. So there is our moon. And then we have our Vile Incantum. This is a key, one of the few keys I did buy from Lit Joy. It's the divination one. You got the little elephant prophecy orb thing there. And then this print I just added. It was from Witch's Moon and I already had a frame and it seemed to fit it perfectly. And then we have our little gold hand right here from Witch's Moon. A lot of the Witch's Moon stuff, like this little crystal ball right here with the fairies. But then we have some of the older bits here kind of blending in. And then up top, I don't know. Right now, this is just general classroom stuff. Like I said, we have a lot of potential going on here. I also didn't point out Hagrid's lamp. And like I mentioned, I have a lot of spacing. So I have spacing on this side here, and I have an idea. Let me tell you what I want to put there. So one of the items that I have long wanted to get, and maybe eventually will, is the Monster Book of Monsters replica, because obviously that would fit into Care of Magical Creatures, and it's a pretty decent size. So it's really cool to have a space that could actually fit something like that and display it properly. So like I said, when we start filling these shelves out here, we can pan out more. So when we do like hauls and just sit down videos of any sort, you get to see all this stuff. But honestly, I love where it's at right now. And I love that there is so much potential for it. So yeah, that is that side. And then my curtain. Okay, so we have my little cat tower here. That was a last minute thought, but they're enjoying it. And then I have my curtain over here that I'm obsessed with. We've already talked about it, but like this space wouldn't be what it is without the curtain. Even Snape agrees, okay? Now I will say I'm looking at a lot of this space and I'm going, I'm gonna use that up. So I don't know just yet what I will put over here, but I will say I already have plans for this wall. I have a number of plans for this wall, and we're gonna kind of keep to the like magical lessons situation and theme going on here, but also general witchcraft too. And here is the other side of the room. OMG. So I'm obsessed, okay? For starters, you know, here is my desk. So this is the perspective that I'm going to get when I am sat down doing things that are not, well, also when I'm in, you know, the studio mode and I'm recording stuff. Here's my little candle holder that I got from Home Goods. And then I've got my curiosities and oddities over here. I had it a bit more angled, but I've got Snape staring at me, judging me. And then over here is my newly opened closet, not closet. We do have our shelf above. This, again, like I said, is so much potential. There's going to be plants and jars and all the things going across, but I now have room for stuff. And then looking down, so I have my backpack. Love this backpack so much, from Killstar. I feel like it's the most perfect place because this is a very witchy space. My dresser, and then the piece that I wasn't able to show you is right here. You're going to see a whole lot of lighting behind me. It is a piece from Amazon. One downside is it did come broken. You might be able to see it as I point out the issue right here. It is broken in the corner. So we will be sending it back and getting a replacement, I hope, but I really wanted to put it up so you can see it and how much space it takes up. So basically this is going to be, I guess I'm going to call it my altar. I could do whatever the heck I want with it, but just a space that I can just like breathe and focus and I don't know, just have a moment, maybe do a ritual or something like that. So I wanted things like framing either side. So right now I have my new Griffin incense holder. I've got my triple moon copper bowl. I already forgot the name of this goddess, this gorgeous piece that I got for Christmas. As I knock over my Griffin. And then I have this is a tarot card set that I really love. I haven't used yet. Right here, I thought I would just lay it out. And then I have these 2 candles. I did show these off in a live stream. And my hope is to get like maybe a cauldron here. We don't have any candlesticks. It would look cool, right? If I put that there. But I'm going to put like maybe a cauldron here. I would love a good altar cloth, like all the things. But I just love that it could be a slow progression. And I also wanted light everywhere. So I've had a couple salt lamps. You would have seen one on the shelf on the other side. So I have this nice salt lamp here, just giving a warmth. I feel like salt lamps give warmth. And this is a candle that I changed out and took the label off and put this label on. This piece I also got from my husband at Christmas time. I do have my Nimbus 2000 down here. We will be doing brooms in this room, but in a different section. So that is my dresser there. And there's so much storage space in these things. Like I have pieces in here, like this fabric moon phase piece in here. That's the tarot card set. Art prints down here. Most of these drawers are empty. All the potential, but those are some things that I might put out. And then I have my invisibility cloak scarf. I felt like it kind of fit in quite well right here. And then of course, when we open this up, I have that pin board, that gorgeous pin board. And then one subtle little thing is this wallflower plug-in from Bath & Body Works. I felt like I was in between a couple, but it felt like it spoke divination. You know what I mean? So it's given off the apple scent. I wish right now that you can smell the way this room is smelling, because I just wanted the ambiance in every single way. Now, ultimately, this room is for me. But I also really wanted to just step up my studio game to be more reflective of the inner me, okay, and the outer me that I am now. And so that when I sit down and I show you things, it is me through and through, on the walls, on the shelves, like all the things that I love. And it is now. And this feels so, so good. Like just to have a moment to finally soak this up and how much work this took, but also to look around and see, like I already have some things I'm going to be showing you that are going to go on this pin board, like just to see all the potential. It could seem scary or like a void or something like that, emptiness, but I am now seeing potential. Like it doesn't have to be finished. Nothing is ever finished. I don't believe anything is ever finished because there's always opportunity for growth and change. And with that said, I do want to say thank you for evolving with me. Like we've never stopped being a witchy, wizardy, loving home. I just love it to be a lot more in world. And I love me a darker aesthetic too, but honestly, Hogwarts is a dark aesthetic. Okay. If you were on the live stream with us, the last live stream, and we were walking around Hogwarts, there is not a bright spot to be found. Okay. Especially in the classrooms. And because this is classroom themed, this is perfecto to me. This is perfection. And it is me through and through. And I hope that you loved it. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to say see you later, but I'm going to roll some clips so you don't have to hear me just yapping away of this room in all of its glory. But thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. And remember, my friends, to just be yourself. Who cares what other people have to say? And there have been a number of comments. And I love this so much that I don't care, okay? Be who you are, love what you love with every fiber of your being, everything that you have, and keep making that freaking magic. And we'll see you in the next video recorded in the studio. Bye!
The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming. coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
So basically, she hangs like this, upside down, and then what?
She does not hang upside down.
So,
Is that now?
it is 9 o'clock at night, right? My brain isn't in my skull.